leaving the house a little earlier than normal, but not that early. Still put us there, 9:51. Going to Total Wine this morning. Going to the one up in Euless. Haven't been there in a couple days, so we'll go check it out. I think yesterday they just had 1792 full proof. And not sure what this car's doing. It's kind of shit. I think they're trying to bust a U-turn right there. Woo! Gotta love these people out here driving. Crazy. Flip the camera around so you guys can't see. It is cloudy outside. It is raining. We are on our way for some more bourbon though. Let's see what we can find. Probably just do our 2 stores. Nothing crazy. We went to one of the Specs yesterday. We'll probably go back there again today. See if they got anything new. Like I said, Wednesdays is typically Specs drop day, but if they don't get anything on Wednesday, or if they do, they get it later in the day. Sometimes they don't put it out till Thursday. And then with Total Wine, they normally get shipments on Tuesdays and Fridays, but that's only for the Buffalo Trace trucks. So other distributors can still drop stuff off. Sometimes we can find some other allocated bottles that aren't on those trucks, but we'll see what we can find. Stuck in traffic right now though, so just wanted to showcase that and show that it is indeed raining here. Nothing crazy though, nothing yet. Not like the other day where it was a downpour with like 80-mile-an-hour winds and hail. I don't know if you guys are in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area dealing with any of those storms. I know Sanger had a tornado about a week ago. It's pretty good damage. Goody Goody by Lake Dallas has 2 more Magnet cigar blends. Lake Dallas is pretty far from me, but that'd be pretty cool. $199.99, is that what they're going for? Is that what they're supposed to be charging for them? Because that's just a Harbinger with cigar blend slapped on it, right? If that's the going rate, I don't know if I can afford that. I'll turn my brightness up. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to make sure we can still read chat just fine. $199 for a cigar blend of Iron Root. Man, that's pretty wild. Joseph Agnes cigar blend is already like $200, and now you got a Texas whiskey trying to do the same. I don't know if I can do that. Woo! $200. That's a lot. It'd be like $216.50 out the door, something like that, after taxes. It would be cool to pick up another cigar batch, cigar blends. But what up, Mark Duffy? Need to get a message from you so we can get some more samples headed your way, brother. Send samples for the whole crew. Retail maybe 10 to 20 over on walking. Yeah, what's the price on that supposed to be? Sorry, brightness a little too much. Turn it down a little bit. There we go. Because if I find an Iron Root Harbinger and the price is right, I might even pick it up. That was a goody goody though. So we're gonna go to Total Wine and the Specs. I don't know if they have them yet or if they put them out yet, but if they did, let's see what the price is there. Looks like as long as it's below 200. I want to say the normal Harbinger is like around 70, 75 bucks, give or take. It's just off the top of the head. I don't really know for sure. So I couldn't imagine them charging that much more, over $100 more for a cigar batch. We did get to try that short barrel cigar batch sample from Mr. Matt from Whiskey Wisdom. That was a pretty good pour. Definitely enjoyed that. Liked that a lot. I'm not really a Joseph Magnus cigar blend fan, at least the batch that I had. I've only had it one time, and it was batch 199. Fair price is $250 according to Booze App. I don't know if that's even really that fair of a price though. I see them for like $209, $199 is like the cheaper option when I do see them in store, and I've only picked one up at that price. I don't know if I'll do it again. Matter of fact, the Total Wine we're going to, if they still have it, they should still have one on the shelf for like $224.99. It's been sitting on the shelf for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks now. Need to find this Iron Root though and see if they got it for a decent price. Lake Dallas has 2 of them for $199. That's what I was saying, yeah. talking about the Magnus cigar blend. I'm sorry. I'm referring to the Iron Root that I'm looking for. They have an Iron Root cigar batch that I saw. My bad. Dallas is pretty far for us, and we're trying to keep it relatively close to work. We're kind of like northeast of the airport. No, it's northwest of the airport. We'll definitely need to get up a map probably for tomorrow. We'll try to, if the weather permits, we'll try to hit the northeast side of the airport area. That way we can try to keep it close to work, but hit a store that we haven't been to. Most of the stores in the Metroplex, no matter where it's at, we've pretty much been to most, if not all of the stores at some point in time. It's just whether we've actually filmed in there or done anything like that, because the day where we went hunting with the boys at Applejack's and then we had lunch afterwards, Tyler and I actually went to 2 other stores, but the 2 other stores we went to, they charged like museum pricing. They had a Hancock Reserve for $400, Weller Full Proof was like $450, each Taylor Small Batch was $150, single barrels were $300, and batch proof, the barrel proof of the E.H. Taylor, they wanted $450, $500 for, depending on which store we went to. So they had some allocated bottles, but they wanted way too much money for them. I really hate showcasing those stores to you guys. I know some of you guys find it humorous to see that there's places charging that price, but I don't really support those museums, so I don't really like recording them. If I record them, it's going to be one of those things where I'm not going to have the right mental state going in there. On and over whiskey, cheers, buddy. If you go into these liquor stores that are museum pricing, it's going to be mainly me recording, showing the prices, and then talking nothing but mad shit about them after we leave the store, putting them on blast and tagging their store and their location in the description of the YouTube video saying, don't shop here. And I'm sure that'll upset and offend some of the people that work at these stores, but unfortunately, if you want to be competitive, you want to have the best prices in town, you're not going to be able to charge 2-3 times MSRP or even 2 or 3 times secondary prices in some cases. We texted Riley, well, I say text, we messaged him on Discord that we're going to Total Wine in Euless, so we'll see if maybe he wakes up to go hunting this morning. He's going to be staying on that side of town, I believe, so he'll be pretty close to that store. Apparently yesterday when we went to that Specs, the second Specs I should specify, Riley had just left it like 10 minutes before I got there, so might run into Riley this morning if he's out and about. Otherwise, got big plans on Sunday. We got leave approved for Sunday, so I will be off on Sunday. Can't go bourbon hunting on Sunday by any means because liquor stores are closed in Texas, but we'll be doing a hangout, going to Mr. Tyler's house. Gonna have Riley, and looks like we're also gonna have Jeff from Drizzle Nation out there, so all 4 of us will be meeting up again for a bottle share. So if you guys have any recommendations on what I should bring out to the bottle share, let's go ahead and drop those in the chat, and we'll figure out what I can bring out to share with the boys. If you guys know my collection, if you don't know my collection, just name some random bottles and we'll get there eventually. Tyler has a really large collection. I say collection because he does have several open bottles, but he has a ton of sealed bottles, and he doesn't like having too many open bottles at one time. Definitely not a flipper. I almost never see him trade or sell a bottle ever. More of a collector is how I would label him, but he's got some really nice bottles and some really nice pours, and he does open and share. As a matter of fact, that 13 Quality 15th anniversary the other day, that was a fresh crack. That was Tyler's bottle, that wasn't my bottle, so to say that he doesn't share, that'd be a lie. Very, very giving, very sharing. We really like that Rebecca Creek 16 year, the 131.5 proofer. It won the table over. We ended up giving the rest of that bottle to Riley, so Riley could take that to go. Plus, he got his E.H. Taylor barrel proof when we went to Applejack, so he's made out like a bandit, I would say, this trip. You got anything that is good batch release, like Elijah Craig or Larceny barrel proof? Yeah, I have both. I got Elijah Craig A124 and a Larceny A124 that are both opens. To bring those out. Larceny A124 has always been a fan favorite of mine. Probably one of the better whiskeys of the first quarter, I would say, was the Larson A124 for batch releases. Elijah Craig A124, off profile, but I liked it better than the other Elijah Craig barrel proofs. Might bring some barrel proof stuff for sure. I don't know if I'll bring specifically those bottles, but I don't see why I can't. What's up, Locktar? On our way to Total Wine in Euless. We'll see if they got anything different today. I think someone had posted yesterday they just had 1792s bottled in bond and full proof. Now down in Locktar's area, apparently yesterday I want to say they dropped 1792 12 years. So I don't know if it'll be here this week, but maybe next week. Could be this Friday, it could be tomorrow, but maybe next week we'll get some 1792 12 year. That'd be a bottle we'll try to hunt for sure, since we know it's dropping just south of us. It'll definitely be coming up here next. See if we can snag a 12 year. I've had a single barrel, I've had full proof and bottled in bond in my possession. Sweet Wheat, we had an open bottle of it. I tried it. We forwarded that bottle along to the person it was supposed to go to, and then the 12 year we've tried a sample of it. I would like to have a 12 year bottle for myself, because that's a pretty good pour. To me, for a bottle share, unique batch should be a go-to option. I do have some unique stuff too that they don't have access to, but for the most part, with the exception of Riley, Jeff and Tyler basically have unlimited access to anything I have anyways, and I bring them samples as we have time to meet up. So I have a lot of bottles ready for bottle kill, but I'm not hosting this time, so we're not going to travel with a bunch of bottles that are almost empty. But maybe we'll be making some YouTube shorts so we can start going through some of these bottle kills. There's not a whole lot left in them, maybe a 1 or 2 ounce bottle. So you know where you can get a 12 year, but it's like $100 a bottle. Yeah, no thank you. I'm trying to keep it closer to MSRP. I don't know what MSRP is. It's 1792 cost would probably be the 12 year. I want to say it's like 60, 65 bucks on the top of the ends of the line. Heavy traffic, lots of brake lights. No big slowdowns though, just a little yellow, no red, so probably just people merged on the highway not knowing how to drive. Looking for a store pick. Yeah, I'll definitely look for a store pick. Unfortunately, when I normally go and get store picks, it's normally the ones that are over there in Saginaw. In Saginaw, Texas, where I find a lot of my store picks. There's a Longhorn Spirits. There's 2 of them. There's one called Cheers off of Boat Club Road. That store normally has a lot of store picks at a pretty good, reasonable price. Haven't been over at Dallas in a long time, but Seagulls, that one time I went, we got the Old Forester single barrel 90 proof store pick and the Russell's private barrel store picks. Excluding small batches, roughly $50. Yeah, I've seen them kind of fluctuate between 50 and 65. I think for I think the Sweet Wheat 12 year, and there was one other one that was around that price. It was on the higher end. I can't remember. Single barrel maybe not. Man, no, single barrel is probably 45, 50 bucks. I think it wasn't too bad. Always looking for some store picks though. Store picks have been a big hit. Maybe we'll bring the Frey Ranch store pick out so those guys can try it, but honestly I already know it's not going to be the flavor profile. They're not going to enjoy it. I bought it with Matt from Whiskey Wisdom because we were trying to chase a bottle that we had of what we thought we had. At least that was a good pour of Frey Ranch, and we haven't been able to find one since. One of them was a liquor lineup store pick, so one of the best store picks you could probably get because those guys are so close to Frey Ranch and do all kinds of business with them. There was probably only one other pick that was worth it. Got a guy on a motorcycle just out here lane splitting. Dangerous and very illegal in Texas. Luckily the guy at least has a helmet on. Just recently saw 1792 and a full proof bill at MSRP thanks to North Carolina law. I do see the full proofs quite often, including store picks at MSRP. Some of them are slightly marked up, but nothing too crazy. I think the highest price we've ever seen was like $50, $55. Saw Whiskey's video yesterday, and he bought a 1792 high rye. So I can tell you right now, if he bought a high rye, he didn't buy it at a store unless he bought it at a museum. They haven't made the high right in a long time. That bottle has an incredible secondary price. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that guy on stream, but I've learned a lot about him. I used to play video games with him and hang out. Talked a lot of YouTube about him when he was a up-and-coming channel, and I can tell you his progress is not by his own hands, but good for him. As long as he's happy, I'm happy. I mean, he's getting paid, not just by YouTube, but he's getting paid, so as long as he's happy with the stuff he showcases out there in Colorado, those are exclusive hookups. That's why I don't like showing off some of the stuff that we get at Applejack's. You guys didn't realize the barrel proof. We didn't see any E.H. Taylor in store. That was pulled out of the back, guys. So I try to show what I can find. That Sweetens Cove was just sitting on the shelf, and it had a $50 discount tag on it. So even though we got the homie hookup price and paid $140 for a bottle of that, it's that's a bottle that almost anyone can go in and buy, and it'll be cheaper than anywhere else in the Metroplex. He didn't buy it. He's in New York, guessing he got all the expensive paid trip to look up there. Good old backdoor deals. Yeah, the backdoor deals, they're necessary. That's why I always preach to you guys. It's all about relationships. I don't think you guys want to see just a bunch of names. All you guys look at me. It's all about relationships. It's not one of those things where you can only go so far with money and just walking in a store and getting lucky. A lot of it does come down to relationships, because the nicer, heavily allocated bottles, they're highly desirable. The stores will hold back for people. So the backdoor deals, unfortunately, they are necessary. There's a few times where you can get lucky, though. Yeah, we're driving nice and slow in the rain. We're not in a hurry by any means. Matter of fact, we're still ahead of schedule by about 7 minutes. So I try to give myself adequate time to where we're not in a hurry, especially if there's an accident or slowdown or weather. The only thing I can't account for is bad drivers. I can account that there's always going to be a bad driver on the road, but whether they're going to interfere with my driving or not, that's a different question. Lots of delays and cancellations. I don't know if you guys have been flying out, but almost every day it's been bad this week. Gonna have more weather today. Hopefully no lightning, but lightning is in the forecast. Anytime a bolt of lightning hits the airport, they're gonna do a ground stop. No outbound flights, lots of delays, lots of cancellations. Yesterday we had probably 500-600 people waiting in the customer service lines around the airport trying to rebook. And there's a good chance that they won't fly out today either, unfortunately. So pretty miserable for everybody, especially the employees working down on the ramp, because they'll load a plane and they have to unload it. If it gets delayed too far, they have to cancel the flight. First Blanton's was nice because there's a nice kid behind the counter. I was joking and asked if they had any Blanton's. Yeah, that's the funny question that we always ask, right? Got any Blanton's? Everybody's asking for Blanton's. Blanton's here, I think the cheapest I've ever paid was $86 out the door from Spec. I've only done that one time. No, I've done that twice, actually. I lied. I've done it twice. What else do we get recently for Blanton's for pricing? $100 out the door, $108.24 at $99.99 was the MSRP, or I say MSRP, it's just retail price. It was the store's retail price was $99.99, which isn't too terrible. I mean, we're talking full secondary at that point, but at least they had some. One of those I had to ask about, though. I used to go in and buy allocated bottles all the time. It's been a long time since I bought an allocated bottle. Last thing I'm trying to think of that I bought from them was maybe E.H. Taylor small batch, and that was months ago. Asking for price checks, especially in some of these museum stores, is almost required. And I normally do it in a nice, polite way. If they don't have prices on it, I'll ask for like one of the cheapest going rate bottles that they have. So like the other day, Tyler and I walked in a store. He really wanted to know what the barrel proof cost, but I'm smarter than that. I didn't ask the barrel proof cost. We asked the E.H. Taylor small batch cost. Based off that price, decides whether I do business with them or not. If they have the cheap, easier to get bottle at a reasonable price or not. this case, they did not have it reasonably priced. They had it priced at 130. I don't need to know the barrel proof price. I don't need to know their blend price, their stag price, any of those prices. I don't need to know. As soon as you price each Taylor small batch at 130, even if you misprice something else for slightly cheaper, I know it's still going to be way above what it should be. If I have to ask prices, that's already, in my opinion, they're doing something wrong. The price should be obvious and present on all bottles or any shelf space for any store. And then if a manager or owner's their discretion, they can obviously Jew themselves down and do some negotiating. But prices should be present. That's my personal opinion and take on that. You know where to find a $600 Rock Hill Farms? I'll do you one better. I saw a Blanton's Gold at a museum for $1,000. They thought they had actual gold, I guess. They had 2 William LaRue Wellers sitting on the counter, and I mean on the counter, just sitting out for $2,400 a piece. So they definitely have some crazy bottles at that store, but they have them ridiculously priced. One store had Taylor small batch and a barrel proof, asked for the price on the small batch, and 180 didn't ask for the other. Yeah, I mean that's the way to do it. You ask for the cheapest entry level one, you ask for the Eagle Rare price, you ask for the Buffalo Trace or the Weller Special Reserve price, and once you hear one absurd price, you're like, no thank you. Sometimes I tell them, like, good luck with your sale. I hope someone feels really happy about the bottle they just overpaid on. It's not like I'm ever going back to that store to shop at anyways. Yeah, see if we can find a gas station along the way. Didn't realize we're so low on gas. Got 95 miles to E. At a quarter tank. Store at each single barrel for 300. Handle a Buffalo Trace for 80. I laughed and walked out. The handle, if it's a 1.75 liter of Buffalo Trace for 80, that's not super terrible. I mean, it's still way marked up. I mean, it's like it should be around 54, 55 bucks. But that's not horrendous. Obviously the E.H. Taylor price, that's ridiculous. Single barrel for 300. You know, a place where you got Pappy 10, 12, and 20, 1700, 2500, and or 2200 and 3600. Ooh-wee. What's crazy is those prices, well, with the exception of the 10 and the 12, I think the 20, that's pretty close to around secondary value on them. I could be wrong. It could be less. They should be around 2500, I think. I'm not sure, though. Never spend over MSRP for both. No, I wouldn't either. Buffalo Trace, the only time I would pay anywhere slightly above MSRP would be $5 to $15 more for a store pick. I'd pay for a store pick. Same thing with Eagle Rare. I don't want to pay what I was paying for that first bottle I got. The first bottle of Eagle Rare I got was a store pick, but we overpaid for that bottle by a lot. I don't want to pay more than, $10, $15 over for a store pick. Nice to see the bottle in the wild, but I'll let some, and I would like to say I like to see it in the wild too, the fact that there is a bottle out there. But honestly, I think I hate it even more that I see the bottle out there. If I see a bottle like that, to that statue just sitting out there, that tells me that it's almost never going to be drank. It's going to just sit there on the shelf, depending on where it's at too, and exposure to sunlight. Some of those bottles get ruined because people like to put them in their front of their storefront, and all that whiskey just gets wasted. Or whoever buys it just is so disappointed that they never do it again. Cutlass High Proof, what's going on? Going to pay a bottle challenge for you later today. Oh no, I already have a challenge I need to do already. We just did Bourbon Riders samples. I got the video recorded, we still got to get it edited and uploaded, but I'm too busy with hunting in the morning and work, so that won't happen probably till Monday. And then I got to record, I think Bourbon Hall did the 7 Deadly Sins. I got challenged to that one, so I'm going to have my work cut out for me. I haven't even recorded the 7 Deadly Sins. I wanted to do that when everybody was over, but we got too caught up drinking. You're a Beam Suntory guy? Yeah, I wouldn't pay for over MSRP then for Buffalo Trace products if you're not even a Buffalo Trace fan. There's certain thresholds. I'd pay $110 out the door for Stag, but anything above 110, probably wouldn't pay it. Bottle challenge though, Cutlass. All right, buddy. Oh, you're gonna do the 7 Deadly Sins one? I've already been challenged to that one. If that's the case. Whew, made out like a bandit. I thought we were gonna have our work cut out for us. Trying to make more time to record, but I'm only off 2 days a week now. That's why we've been doing a lot more live streams in the morning. 4 minutes away from the store, there's a gas station. It's like a 7-Eleven on the corner up here. We're to try to stop at 7-Eleven and top off on gas. We'll still be over at the store before 10. These live streams, these hunt videos, even though we don't have a whole lot of people tuning in right now, it's still early. It's not quite 10 o'clock. I do notice that the algorithm changes based off what's on the screen, what's on video when people scroll through. And I do get a lot more people that pop in. Yesterday we got about 40 hours of watch time, which is incredible. We went to 4 separate stores. Didn't buy any liquor though, which is funny. We didn't really see anything worth buying. There's a couple bottles out there that we could have bought, but nothing on the list, nothing that we had to have. We're trying to be more selective and trying to only buy stuff off the list because the bottles on the list are very expensive already. So we got a couple guys DMing us on Discord too. They got access to some bottles we're looking for. Blood Oath Pack 10. I'm looking for any Blood Oath, just the 10's the newest one. I'd like to try one of those. Also the very old St. Nick's. He has probably 6 or 7 of those that were at his store that he sent me pictures of with pricing too. So secondary pricing on those seem to be close to their MSRP, give or take, and then some of them looked like they were marked up above even their secondary values, so I'm not really sure. I don't really see the very old St. Nick's here. I think I've seen them once or twice in a museum store, but never in an actual store that's selling them. So I don't think there's anything special or spectacular about them. I just kind of want one. I like the bottle label. Be nice to try something different. They get a lot of high rye and cask strength rye offerings for a very old St. Nick that I would be interested in trying. Got the mail truck beside us. Haven't had any packages come in lately too. Used to have a lot of packages coming in. Yeah, we still got time before the store opens up. We're gonna stop at the 7-Eleven real quick and top off. Get some gas. Say, I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it. Let's get some gas. Well, not getting gas at that pump. That one's got a card issue, card reader error. This one looks like we can pay here. Let's do this pump. What is up, Whiskey Shaman? Some allocated 87 proof petroleum. Yeah, it's 307 here. I got 5 cents off per gallon since it's a 7-Eleven. Just need to check something. I got a text message. Yeah, nothing important. I'll get back to my wife about it. Looking at buying something for the kiddo. Been wanting to get Noah's Mill, the other Willet that just sits on it. Yeah, those sit there all the time. I've just never tried them to know if they're any good. You've seen one very old St. Nick for 150. 150 is probably on the cheaper side too. Out of all the offerings that they have, even if it's the cheapest one they have, that seems to be the going rate for that. Actually, is the female truck on the other side? I'm confused. Oh, already got $25 in the tank and still going. Luckily, we're just right around the corner from the liquor store. Almost there, guys, but we got time to kill anyways. Oh, when you said the mail truck was over, yeah, it was a right side driver. It was a black dude. It wasn't a lady. Oh, $36 in the tank already. Should do a Walmart membership. You can do grocery pickups, delivery, and 10 cents off a gallon. I just hate Walmart, guys. I really do. I have some very strong choice words for Walmart. Walmart's pissed me off, man. They're crazy. They're out of their minds. Oh. 48 bucks in the tank already, still going. And you get 5 cents off per gallon at 7-Eleven. It's not too bad, just for having their free app. Didn't pay anything for it. I just don't go to 7-Eleven too often. There we go, just cut off. $54.34 to top off. You don't have to be sorry for bringing it up. I mean, the fact that you're giving someone knowledge to help save them some money on gas, very helpful. I've had some very bad experiences with Walmart. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Just that I don't like to get my business too if I have a choice to shop. Sometimes it's just a quick and convenient way though, just to run into Walmart. Your truck takes about 120 right now. Big tank. We weren't completely empty, but full tank takes about 65, 70 bucks, I would say. Right now with gas prices being, that was $3.07 a gallon. No reason to apologize for bringing up anything. You don't spend money with people that suck like Walmart. I don't know, man. Their loss prevention's out of their mind. The fact that they're like stopping you to check receipts to verify if you purchased everything in your cart. Even if I go to a cashier and make them do the checkout process, to me that's just a bit ridiculous. I've been followed around in stores before several times because they think that I'm shoplifting, and I just laugh at them. I'm like, if I was gonna steal, you guys would not catch me. I would have already been in and out, and you wouldn't know who or what hit you. I used to work loss prevention. I'm very well aware of what it takes to get in and get out. I know indicators on people through behaviors to know if someone has ill intent or is planning on stealing. I've caught several people, busted several big crime rings, including having cops there. One of the groups was a Victoria's Secret group, but They got swatted as they exited the place. They already had police with rifles there, which, if you guys didn't know anything about that, shoplifting can and will be a felony depending on the amount of money that you're trying to take. They got busted for stealing $40,000 worth of merchandise all across South and North Texas. They were on camera at every single store, and they got caught at the store I was at. Had them at gunpoint. It's pretty crazy. Another day off work. Not right now. Another day off work will be Sunday. Sunday, we got Sunday off. How to beat loss prevention. Yeah, man, you guys don't want to hear all that. Some of these stores, it's just their policy, man. You just walk right on by. They can't stop you. At least out here in Texas, there's only like probably 2 or 3 locations that'll physically stop you. Other than that, they're just gonna let you walk right in, take whatever the fuck you want, and walk out. It's ridiculous. Especially some of the stores I had to go work near and around. It was ridiculous. Everybody's walking in right now. Try to get the Wi-Fi on.
We don't want to take up too much of your time. We just want to tell you that our 100% working team is here at Total Wine and ready for you to partake in the trial.
And we're back. We're on the Wi-Fi, so we can have better service for you guys. Garrison Brothers Lady Bird. I still have a Justin Magnet cigar blend. Lady Bird's $199.99. Definitely something I've considered picking up. Talking about this Guerrero 17-year-old whiskey for $194. We were talking about that in chat this morning as well in Discord. At least the boys were. Kentucky Owl Batch 12s. Got a lot of them for $329. Full proof and bottled in bond down there. Some Baker 7. Oh, if the UPS shows up today, I got someone that'll be at the house to bring that inside. Not a big deal. If it gets dropped off early, it'll probably only be out there till about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Still got that 1783 Heroes Edition here. Still got Free Ranch store picks, but after our goody one, I don't know if we're going to pick that up, especially not for that price. I do want to kind of pick this up. This infused with honey, Garrison Brothers Honeydew for $69.99. Whiskey 15 is fine juice. Yes, sir. Matt from Whiskey Wisdom, what's going on? The Barrel Foundation. Is that what you're talking about? Let me go back over there. I don't see Seagrass, Gray Label, Gold Label, and Dovetail. Gold Label, they want $5.29 for it. Pretty crazy. Larceny Barrel Proof, $70.99. Still got a ton of them because they're overpriced. Got 4. Just browsing. Thank you though. Oh, Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof, 133.5. On the shelf, pushed in the back. I'll go back and double check, make sure I didn't miss it. It's the $50 one, okay. Alright, let's look for that barrel then. Years, 6 years. It's a blend. Check the other side. Vantage is good for that price. Maybe we'll pick up a barrel offering then and take over to the house. Seven-year rye, 114 proof, on sale for $76.99. We're looking for the iron root. See if we can find the iron root. Cast strength toasted barrel finish, $53.99 for rye 3, Madeira cast. Looking for that iron root cigar batch if we can find it. I'm thinking that's a steal for the barrel rye as well. We might pick that up since it's on sale. Normally if they go on sale here, it's because they're not going to be carrying them anymore. Yes, sir. Might have to check the other aisle for the iron root. I'm not seeing any of the iron root harbinger. You see a 16-year rye 3 for 120 or less, buy it. Let's go look. Rum cast finish. Where do you see the age on them? I don't see where you see the age on the ryes. Let's check this other aisle, see what they got real quick. I think they got some stuff over here. Canadian, Japanese, Scotch. Oh, they got the minis. Let's check out the 375s. Sometimes they have good 375s. There's a 3.6 for a single barrel. Told we need to be looking out for the 8s and the 13s. I don't really see any of the Texas stuff like the iron roots. Cognacs. Let's check out some of the tequilas. Now we kind of know what we're looking for now. We can do better about looking now than slowly educating ourselves. Alright, I'm gonna leave then.
Yep, thank you.
Being asked to leave. Spend thousands of dollars in this store and they don't want me in here, so I'll leave. Over 100,000 points with Total Wine this year, and they don't even want us in the store. Yep, we were asked to leave because we spent over $100,000 in the store between last year and this year. Not that much money, but we had over 100,000 points. I'm sorry. We were asked to leave. Sir, can you leave? I need you to stop recording. No, I'm not going to stop recording. I have a freedom of speech. I will leave if you ask me to. I'm not going to criminally trespass if that's the problem, but we won't do business. First to leave store. Pretty funny, isn't it? Sir, you're gonna have to leave. Okay. Did that to you at Specs? I think they forget who spends money at their stores. So pissed that we're using. Yeah, they got notification that I signed into their Wi-Fi network. No, I don't know if that's true or not. That'd be funny though if that is. Here, let me show off how bad their pricings are, because they have overpriced shit now. They're not even an MSRP store anymore. It's for the Grand Reserve. Sir, you're gonna need to leave. I just find that so hilarious, like, so goofy. No, most people aren't rude like that. Yeah, no, man, everybody that I deal with, they're pretty much rude to me, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit there and argue with her. I'm just gonna leave. I think they forget who spends money at their stores. And I think they forget that I can just contact corporate and say, you know, I understand you guys don't want your prices being out there, but if you really didn't want them out there, you wouldn't have an online store. Because everybody knows that your shit's overpriced. And it brings in business. I literally shout out bottles and tell people who are looking for certain bottles where to go. Matter of fact, we did it yesterday. Went into a store, they had a Kentucky Owl Batch 10. One of the guys I did business with was looking for a Kentucky Owl Batch 10, so we sent him over there. We let him go get the Kentucky Owl Batch 10. We told him the price and everything, and he went and picked it up. He sent me a picture. He went and picked up that bottle. He paid $134.99 before taxes. That was at a goody-goody, but I mean, just in general, like, I'm not going bourbon hunting for my entertainment. It's for you guys. I like to show off what we have and the prices we have. I was going to buy that bottle of barrel that you guys said because it was such a good price. It was on sale by like $40-50 off, so we'll probably contact the store and say, hey, I don't know how you guys normally talk to people, but pretty rude. Just my take. They probably won't do anything. They don't care. They're a big corporate franchise store. They don't give a shit about their customers. They never have. That's why I don't ever get phone calls from them for the raffle, you know, or the emails for the raffle. We always get a sorry you were not selected email. We got one $60 beer yesterday, or not yesterday, but a $60 beer last year. The Black Tuesday is the only thing we got selected for, and we had 180,000 points. They only care about your cash, except for they didn't care about my cash that time, because I would have bought something, but oh well. I don't record by going to many stores and buy squat, never get looked at or asked to leave. Check another Total Wine for that price. They have sale. Oh yeah, they all have sales like that. Yeah, there's just another Total Wine that's close by right now that I want to go to. We'll probably go to the one in Arlington. That's where a lot of the guys that I normally hunt with are. Managers there are cooler. We've actually talked to some of the managers at that one, but this one, I don't know what their deal is now. Normally don't have that kind of issue, but it is what it is. No harm, no foul for me. I just go take my business elsewhere. Not like I was going to probably buy anything from that store other than that barrel product anyways, because I've already said I don't want to buy any bottles from these stores, especially Total Wine, unless it's allocated, because I'm tired of getting screwed over on these Grand Reserve lotteries. It's supposed to be 25,000 points, and that lets you hit 25,000 points Grand Reserve. Cedar Hill is better in your opinion? I'll have to check that out. Easy Drinks. Cedar Hill's not too far either. I mean, we won't go today, but just in general. 25,000 hit Grand Reserve, and then every point above that's supposed to be one entry into the drawing. So, you know, we already got 100,000 points this year, 187,000 last year, and that's what kind of treatment we get is asked to leave. So, it is what it is. There goes the shirtless bandit again. Kick him out of the store. Hey, I think it'd been funny if I went in there shirtless. Just take the shirt off and pretend like I'm somebody completely different. I didn't want to be confrontational, but I could have just kept going and be like, what are you going to do about it? Call the cops. By the time they get there, I would have been gone anyways. If you force me to stay, you're already going to be held in issue with law anyways, because you're not able to hold me. I got 2 H. Taylor small batches yesterday for $52 in a Rebecca Creek Spanish oak. Oh, double oaks. Double barrel Spanish oak. Yeah. Travis knows what's up. Good job on the H. Taylor small batch scores, by the way. Those are starting to be harder and harder to find, especially around that $50 price point. By the way, got an idea. You got to schedule a bourbon hunt with us and everyone hunts together, no shirts. That would be hilarious. Better not be confrontational. They ain't worth it. No, I mean, I wasn't going to be. I just wasn't gonna. I could have just stayed in the store and been like, what are you gonna do about it? Because if you're gonna come at somebody aggressively, I normally just tell them, you know, you gotta remember who you work for. You're an hourly employee. You don't get paid enough to care whether I'm recording in there or not. Your store definitely doesn't care. Because if there are 8+ of us, what are they going to do? It could just be me. They couldn't do anything to me. What are they going to do to me? Could you get your ass tased live? They'd have to call the cops out there, man. They can't do anything. I'm telling you, like, loss prevention in Texas is very sad. You could be stealing bottles of alcohol and they still couldn't stop you. The way loss prevention works in the state of Texas is, like, even if they have the parking lot that they so-called parking lot that they own, as soon as you step off the curb, they can't pursue you. If they catch you on the curb, they can get fired from their company. It's pretty funny. I agree. Don't tase me, bro. No, I think they forget who people are. I mean, we're in Texas. They got to be careful out here. They start confronting people. That was an issue I always had to tell the guys I used to work with when we did private security for some of these businesses. I said, remember who we work for, and remember that they're not going to have your back, and your life is worth property, or merchandise, whether that's the property, like the physical building itself being damaged, or something that they're stealing from the business. I said, your life isn't worth that. Please don't pursue people if you're not doing it in a safe manner. If you spit gum into grass, you get a $1,000 fine. That's crazy. Weird, even the little grocery stores up here have a taser packing security guard. No, they're not allowed to. The most you can carry up here, if you're loss prevention, would be like handcuffs. Maybe pepper spray. Hey Jeff, you just missed it. We just got kicked out of Total Wine because we were recording. She comes running up to me. Sir, you can't record in here. You need to stop recording. Like, okay, I'll just leave. Like, I'm not going to stop recording, though. The boys in the chat picked out a bottle for us to buy. We didn't even get to buy the bottle. It's Total Wine anyways. Not missing out on anything. At least Stefan, when we go up to Applejack's, he's happy that we're there recording, showcasing the store, telling people what they got so they can come out and pick something up. Classified as literally, if you spit gum out, and it's a $1,000 fine. It's crazy. The eagle has landed. Eagle. Said I've been to a Total Wine. They look fun with a ton of shit. Closest one is 4-hour drive for you. No, I'm just never gonna make that trip. You're famous now? I'm not famous. I just left. They asked me to leave. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, she just asked me to leave. I could have just stayed in there and continued recording and just did the whole, like, what are you gonna do about it? But I just leave. By the time they call and get the police out there and they try to get me criminally trespassed, it'd be too much work for their effort. I would have already been gone by then anyways. Cops are probably some of the slowest response time. I think people forget they're for the aftermath. They're not for the in the moment, in the spur of the moment. They're for later. Got kicked out of Total Wine. Yep, they told me get lost. We're pulling up to Specs. We'll see if Specs kicks me out too. We can go 2 for 2, boys. No, we're not trying to be obnoxious. We were quiet. We were polite. People kept walking up to us asking if they could help me. I told them no, I'm just browsing. I hate when people come up, multiple people come up in the same store asking, can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? If I said no to the first guy, no to the second guy, and no to the third guy, what makes you think you can help me too? I can't be helped. I'm just clueless. All right, let's go check this store out. Spec shouldn't. They're nice for me. You'd be gone with a barrel, right? They get shit from management for not asking at some stores. I'm not going to ask at any stores about recording. I don't care. And if you're going to, if someone's genuinely looking for a bottle and you walk by them as an employee in a store, if someone needs help, they're going to ask you, hey, where's this at? Or do you need help with this? I'm not going to like be forcing myself in front of somebody's face saying, hey, can I help you find anything, sir? We're at our normal Specs, guys. One over here by the airport. This is the one that Riley was at like 10 minutes before we had got there. He had just left. There's anything new in the case? We come in here enough, we know if they got anything new or not. Just gotta do a quick walk and then we'll go grab our energy drinks and get out of here. Iron Root, no cigar batch. Cigar batch will have like a little label here on the bottom. You got the barrel seagrass, but they don't have the barrel that we were looking at Total Wine over here. Unfortunate. I would much rather buy my bottles from Specs anyways. Just my honest opinion. See if they got any new tequila. Tequila shipments I feel like come different times too than the bourbon. I'm not sure. They get more tequila shipments than anything. I didn't see any Elijah Craig barrel proofs. If they have them, they normally have them up front, but I didn't see any when I came in. I'll double check though. Looks like they did restock. They got the 108 proof and they got some more of these that they put out. Not very many more, but some more. Oh yeah, nobody's bothering me here. There's a few employees in here. I think they know that I record. I don't really care though. Oh, in case you guys didn't see them, because I didn't show them. Same thing like yesterday. They still have plenty of bottled and bond. Plenty of full proof. $46.79 on the full proof and $37.99 on the bottle and bond for the 1792s. I think we're just going to grab energy drinks today. I've been looking at these rabbit holes too, but I don't know. There's a 4-grain triple malt for $60.79. There's a Finish and PX Sherry Cask for $79.99, and then they have like their regular straight bourbon for $59.84 here. They might have some fancier, more expensive ones in the glass cabinet. I'll have to double check, but I was looking at getting a rabbit hole. I just like the bottle shape. Rabbit's not worth it. Man, that's always bad to hear tore up. They don't do as many sales here at Specs, but overall their prices tend to be just overall better. So honestly, not having as many sales is okay. There's a couple of things where you like save $2. These white tags are like save $2. This one save $5 on this Coit Spirits. Nothing spectacular. Got some benchmarks down there on the bottom. A124 is 10 years and 9 months, so I assume B524 is at least 10 years. I would hope so. I feel like it's a toss-up on what they're going to get though. I don't see anything crazy here. Let's go double check that case one more time and see if they got anything on the front counter. Gatsby 15-year-old Remus. Kentucky Al 10-year batch number 3 confiscated. I'm not sure which one. They have a batch 10 in the back, but I'm not sure how much they want for the batch 10. Maybe I'll have to ask. They got a rabbit hole single barrel cask strength down here. They want $214 for that one. Must be a fancy one. I'm gonna grab 2 energy drinks real quick. I'll be right back. Yes. Actually, I'll do cash. I got cash. Got cash. We got tons of Buffalo Trace and Weller Special Reserve.
Yeah, there's still like 4 cases back there.
It's so common here now. Like for a long time we couldn't get any of it on the shelf, and now it's like it's so abundant that everybody has some and no one's really looking for it anymore. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
We were able to type the phone number in. These small purchases add up. Just getting 2 energy drinks and that little snack thing, $11, but it's got some change on it too. Or sorry, it was 10.30 something. We'll get 11 points, which doesn't sound like a lot, but those 11 points add up. Points have to be used to redeem in order to purchase allocated bottles now with Spec, so it is important to have a decent balance of points. Thank you guys for looking out for me and saying not to say my phone number out loud. We did learn from Tyler. If we don't get our phone number in, that's fine. We can go back with the receipt and we can get the points added to our account that way if we need to. If you didn't get the points for the water that you bought on Tuesday, well, if you have the receipt, you can go back and have them add that on. So, just something to think about if you wanted to. Well, we're close to the airport, but we still have time, guys. We're going to see if we can find another liquor store through the GPS. See what we have that's nearby that we can go to. We're going to go to a different liquor store. It's south of the airport. We got one more store in us, guys. Since we got kicked out of Total Wine, we'll take you to one more store. This one's called Regis Liquor. I've never been there before. Might be a museum. More than likely going to be a museum, but we're going to go to a different liquor store for you guys. You guys didn't get the full experience since we got kicked out of Total Wine. We were going to buy a bottle and everything too. You guys actually picked out a good bottle that I was excited about. We were going to bring it over on Sunday to do a fresh crack for the bottle share, and we got kicked out. We can give your number to them and get extra points. Yeah, you guys could technically put my number in and get points for me, but you guys do not have to do that. If you have my phone number, you do not have to do that. You guys can do whatever you got to do. Get your own points if you need to. Alright, this store is 4 minutes away, so we're getting on the highway. We're going to be getting off the highway very quickly. Whole other liquor store. We've never been to it. Figured we got to do something for you guys since we got kicked out of Total Wine. Can't end the live like this. It's only 45 minutes in and we got kicked out. Luckily Specs didn't say nothing. Gotta go down a little bit. Looks like it's on the other side of the road, which is perfect because we need to go back the other way to get to the airport. So perfect loop here, perfect loop. When I lived in Maine, it was possible or impossible to find anything allocated. Now that I'm in Kansas, I'm kind of seeing bottles I've only seen online. Yeah, some states get way better distribution, and some of that has to do with however they're spaced out. Whoops, our lane ends. Let's see if we can get around the big boy. And we'll get back over in front of the big boy. Flip this around so you guys can see the road. Sorry, we had to reconnect apparently. We lost connection there. If you're to spend big money, I would just say buy shit on secondary before spending money at Total Wine. Total Wine's done nothing but just screw me over. $1 for a chance, all that may or may not be there is ridiculous. Special code to get 100 points per person. Do they do a referral program for signing up? Because that'd be funny if they did. Man, we've been over before. This is where we normally go to get food if we're going to stop on the way to work. I didn't know they had a liquor store over here, so let's go find it. Yeah, Daniel, we're on the road again since we got kicked out of lacking the liquor store hunts. So the Dentist's office, Simply Burgers. Says there's one in the parking lot over here. Let's see. Ooh, there's a donut shop too, and there is indeed a liquor store. All right, guys, let's go check out a new liquor store. Perfect road trip snack. Honestly, anything that you enjoy eating. Me personally, I like beef jerky, but I know jerky's gotten quite expensive recently. Could invest in a dehydrator and make your own. All right, guys, we are here at Regis Liquor, Beer, and Wine. Never been here. Small store. Looks like a museum store, but let's go check it out. Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Good. Yes, sir. Do I have this? Let's go. What do you want that? Deep back.
Oh, wow. Got a lot up top.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How much is the E.H. Taylor straight rye?
Straight rye, 200.
200? And that small batch, that's the 109.99 price? Okay. Thank you, guys. Well, it is a downpour. Let's see if we can make it out to the truck without getting rained on. $200 for the rye, but what you guys didn't see is they had Weller single barrel full proof, 107 12-year, all for ridiculous prices. Prices were insane, so we're gonna probably go get some donuts. They had Elijah Craig 18 as well, Maker's Mark Cellar Age, but the prices were just way too high. So let's go get some donuts. Hello. No, I got it. Thank you. It's raining hard. Donuts acquired. All right, let's go get wet. Woo. Well, we got wet. Well, we got wet. They had the pigs in a blanket. They had the ones. They had the pigs in a blanket. They had the ones with jalapeno and cheese, and then they had a big dog. So we picked those up. We got these. Pretty good. It's raining hard. Came out of nowhere. Let's see if we can get out of here. Got 2 cops over here, but they're too far away from the donut shop. Got Chipotle. Well, guys, we would have bought a bottle of liquor today, but we got kicked out, so it is what it is. $109.99 for each Taylor small batch, $200 for straight rye, $200 is full secondary, by the way. That's before taxes. Didn't even want to ask on the Weller single barrel or the each Taylor barrel proof they had. They also had Maker's Mark cellar aged. Seeing cellar aged up there was pretty cool. We just got this because there's a bunch of meat with it tore up. I don't normally get donuts unless they got the sausage rolls anyways. I like the meat. Some people need this stuff though. The H. Taylor barrel proof for $800 a few days ago. Yikes. Want to try Greg's sometime and get their sausage roll? Whiskey number 2, meat number 1. I love it. You have those flips, whiskey number 1, meat number 2. H. Taylor barrel proof will buy at $200 then? I would say so. I think $250 would be my absolute top out on that bottle. Probably closer to $200. If you see one for $200, I would say it's a buy. Put it this way, I would buy it at $200. A lot of heavy rain in a very short amount of time. Got to slow down a little bit more so we don't hydroplane. bottle's MSRP is like 90 bucks, so you're paying double MSRP. They go for around 300 to 350 on secondary. And they're definitely a really good pour. Big old lightning strike. That's delays and cancellations as we speak. Flights are definitely going to be delayed in Dallas today. Pretty sure my sister flies in today as well. Probably till next week. Yeah, we got storms all this week in the forecast. My dad's supposed to fly out tomorrow as well for 11 days. Texas weather's pretty crazy and pretty wild. I'm just hoping I can find parking in a good spot today so I don't have to walk through all this rain and get soaking wet again. It is what it is though. Can always wait for the rain to die off a little bit, but at some point we're going to have to go inside to clock in. Probably end up staying late for working overtime tonight too. Easy money. Every time I stay I get an extra $100, so. Wild storms, wild whiskey prices, and rude people working liquor stores. I just wonder who told her to go do that, because she's not a manager there. Normally the manager will approach you if they get a problem with you, not an employee. I haven't seen any of the B524s yet. I've only seen a picture of one. So sorry, Bourbon Santa, Mr. Craig, I don't have an answer for you, not yet at least. Hopefully we'll have some more info soon. I don't think they've dropped yet, at least not here in the Metroplex area. No parking there. See if there's any parking on the first row or second row here. Don't want to be walking through a bunch of water. This is one of the better lots to park in if I can find a spot. If it's a good pour or not, yeah, I'm not sure. Haven't heard anything about it yet. Haven't seen it. Me personally, I normally pass on the Elijah Craigs and I pick up the Larcenies, but the Larcenies have been getting expensive. I'm gonna have to rely on my boys to go on base to buy them. They used to get them for $54.99 with no tax versus $71.99 or $70.99 that Total Wine was trying to charge. Plus, it sounds like Total Wine doesn't want a business anyways. No parking in this lot. There's a parking spot right there. Let's go get that parking spot. I saw one. Different spot than we normally park. We're gonna go take it. Might have been the spot he wanted, we got it. Beat him to it. B522 was so good. I got an A124. I like the A124. A124 is off profile though, so that's probably why I liked it. Well guys, we're gonna go into work. Gonna conclude the live stream here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching. Definitely helps my watch time. We're getting close. I think once everything gets calculated, because we're about 5 days behind on calculations through YouTube, we're sub 200 hours to hit the first tier monetization, which will be super chats. We'll do a big live stream to celebrate that whenever that gets or takes effect. And we at least have 2 bottles of Evan Williams single barrel vintage that will be given away, along with several samples, and we'll probably find a 3rd bottle to add to that. So hopefully you guys will be a part of that, and you'll have a chance to win some free samples or get a chance at a bottle. So we'll see you guys for the next one, and it'll probably be tomorrow.